You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
"Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?"
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
"Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music."
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
"Hey, Meta, call Eva."
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, hey, Meta, to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Take a deep dive into the stories making the news headlines across the world.
The news agents.
We're not just here to tell you what's happening, but why. From me, Emily Maitlis.
And me, John Sopel.
With Global's award-winning podcast, The News Agents, dropping daily, covering everything you need to know about politics and current affairs.
And the News Agents USA.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in.
Listen to The News Agents on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Deciding on what to listen to is hard. Using Zumo to stream music from iHeart 90s radio is easy. Or play iHeart Country or Hip Hop Beats. Your choice, all for free. Stream easy with Zumo Play. Get live and on-demand entertainment with no logins, no signups, no accounts, no hassle. This December, get cozy on the couch with Charlie's Angels starring Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, and Looper starring Bruce Willis and Emily Blunt. All streaming free on Zumo Play. Go to play.zumo.com now. Life is hard. Zumo is easy.
The Power Hour is live. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. It is absolutely free no matter how much you spent on your tree. KFAN.com/watch.
Oh, don't tree shame me.
Oh, must. You have to be tree shamed. That is the A topic. Right. Even hockey might hockey might balk at that.
It's worth it in the long run. And
it pays for itself in like 50 years.
It's a very expensive fake tree. So we just, I think my wife actually found one that was that expensive, thinking that I'd say, absolutely not, we're not going to get that. And she played her hand wrong.
And you got it.
Yeah, that's a win for me.
I prefer the fake ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
However, the problem with the fake ones, with the pre-lit ones, is essentially if one bulb goes out, you feel like the whole tree is a waste, and then you have to throw the whole tree away. So that's why you can't
replace the bulb.
I mean, you can, but it's a pain in the ass.
Do you guys play the hide the pickle thing?
Excuse me?
Yes, we do.
Do we do what?
Yeah, hide the pickle.
No.
We do.
It's a pickle
Fancy?
ornament.
What are you talking about?
It's a pickle ornament. It's a very German thing.
Yep.
And then you hide it in the tree, and then whoever finds it, well, then they get a nice gift. Or
Yeah, it's like the extra special surprise for...
right. And before kids,
what's wrong
it was
with you?
a lot of fun. But now my monster of a wife is like, yeah, we're
She
not
doesn't
doing
want to
that
hide the pickle anymore?
She just puts it on the front of the tree, and I'm like, I can already see it right there. She goes, yeah, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, there's
anyways.
no mystery left.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hide the pickle.
The number one thing that drives me nuts this time of year when it comes to my wife is my wife. Like Target always runs those giant clearance sales the day or two after, right? Like anything you want Christmas related, you can get it 60, 70, 80% off. They just got to get it out of the store. Almost every year, she goes and gets wrapping paper. She's like, perfect, this is for next year, right? Load up. It's actually a fantastic
it's a
idea.
Smart idea, yeah.
Smart idea. Why not? Think ahead. And then, sure as S, every year about November, this is pretty terrible wrapping paper. I'm going to go get new stuff. It's like, so we saved money
by girl math.
By getting it a year ahead of time, but then 11 months later, now it's somehow out of style? It's wrapping paper. Oh, my God. And by the way, this is also my yearly reminder to shout out the guy or the gal, whoever came up with the grid on the back of
yes.
That
Genius.
person should have free food and drink for wherever they go for the rest of their lives. That's my favorite person that's ever existed.
Can you wrap a present?
I like to, I like to think you give me a rectangular or a cube-shaped box, I'm like a solid 9 out of 10. You give me any other shape, I am a waste of space.
Do you do the bow
Cannot
or do you
do
just wrap? Just wrap?
No, I can
bow?
wrap it, but any other, if it's like a weird kind of, whatever. Gift bag.
Yeah.
Throw it in a gift bag. Cannot wrap a present that's not a rectangle.
Hey,
Can't
keeping
do
it in the Christmas spirit at all, and I know how much you love Saturday Night Live. Did you catch Martin Short?
Sure, I saw all of it.
Oh, my God.
I love Martin
The parking
Short.
lot sketch was absolutely fantastic.
They've done that.
You're being such a jerk.
They've done that a couple times now, but that was next level. And Melissa McCarthy shoving her things on the glass.
If you have not watched it, you gotta Google it.
Watching Chloe Feynman try not to laugh when Melissa McCarthy's basically turned it into like bikini car wash.
And she did it twice.
My gosh. That was probably the best sketch of the night.
She licks the window as well.
Oh my God.
It was so, I was crying. I was laughing so hard on that one.
Because that was the fifth time Martin Short is technically hosted. It was the 5-timers bit. So they brought out so many big names. I mean, Paul Rudd, Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Alec Baldwin, Tina Fey. It was like Kristen Wiig.
Don Key.
Yeah. Sure.
How about the
Mulaney?
Don Keedick.
They did the joke exchange on Weekend Update
that was the
they
best.
do every year.
Yep.
And Scarlett Johansson has to sit in a green room watching it. Oh, the roast beef.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
that was an aggressive joke.
That was
I haven't seen
that was a really good Weekend Update. That's the only thing that I've seen from Saturday night's show. But I will say this about Martin Short. I will watch every single Jiminy Glick interview that he ever does. And I will go down many rabbit holes on Instagram of watching just clips and reels of him, just doing his bit.
He does that high voice.
So good.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
I mean,
I love Jiminy Glick.
it's so good. He is so good in that role, in that character. Yeah, man. He needs to be on every week doing that bit.
Did
with
you
somebody.
see? Was it earlier this year that Jiminy Glick filled in for Jimmy Kimmel? And
I think you're
brilliant.
right.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
So good.
I love.
He's
Martin
good
Short.
in almost every movie. His movie Clifford, where he plays like a 10-year-old, is so funny.
Who was? Maybe was it Gaffigan? No, I don't remember. Conan O'Brien was interviewing somebody, and they were talking about like Don Rickles and all the people that are just like the best at insults, essentially improv insults. And I forget who it was, but Conan and him, the guest, basically agreed that actually the best of all time is Martin Short because he's so freaking nice, so he can get away with saying anything he wants because he's kidding, but he just says it anyway. And you want to kill him, but then he's like the sweetest guy of all time, and everybody loves him. I guess he's like the nicest dude of all time, but man, that dude.
Well, he's Canadian, right? He's got to be nice.
I think so.
I think, yeah. But think about that. SCTV, Saturday Night Live. I mean, the guy's done everything.
Well, and he is my only hope of being a friend of Conan O'Brien because Conan basically said that Martin Short was his hero. So it's the whole, like, you don't want to meet your heroes because, like, what if they don't like you? What if you don't like him? Like, whatever the deal is. But now they're, like, best friends. So he worshiped Martin Short, and now they're friends. So I'm like, that's my 1% chance of ever meeting Conan O'Brien and be like, we should be friends for the rest of our lives now. I'm not really holding my breath. I'm just saying that's my path.
It's kind of odd. I think we've all been posed with this question, like which celebrities would you want to meet? I don't know. It's like, you're going to have a dinner with 5 celebrities. I never really thought about it till now, but Martin Short might be on my quote unquote short list.
I wonder if he's ever off. Like, doesn't he seem like Common? Where he's on 24 hours a day. That
free shows.
He calls you every day to talk about the same thing.
Yeah, sure. But doesn't it seem like Martin Short would be performing 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever just shuts it off.
You'd still just sit there with a big dumb smile on your face going, he's doing a bit. And he's like, no,
well, have you guys ever seen
salad?
I've only seen it a couple times, but have you ever seen a serious interview with Will Ferrell? It's awkward because the interviewer almost doesn't know how to handle a serious or heavy answer.
Well, see, I've heard that about him. I'm sure you guys have heard the same thing. He's more off than on. His demeanor, like he's way more serious and just normal
off camera.
But when he knows how to turn it on, he turns it on like a lot of performers, right?
Yeah.
But I've heard that he's one of these guys he's not naturally funny on a day-to-day basis if you just like catch him.
Man. I don't know.
That's just what I've heard about him. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, you just gotta. I mean, if he knows how to perform when he's got to perform, then who cares? He's genius when he's on.
Mus, who's your person? Who would you want to meet that you haven't met? That just like cliche dinner guest party, or who would you want to be friends with that you're not already friends with?
Matthew McConaughey to me seems like he would be an awesome hang because he is extremely funny.
He'd be all right.
Yeah, I'd love to go golfing with him. Wouldn't that be
all right?
That would be
great.
The ideal.
All right,
that would be sweet.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
sauce.
Yeah, and I don't even care, Zacho, to like get high with him. Like he's not even like
whoa, tap the brakes.
He's not even like I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, just like Snoop Dogg, like, oh, I'd love to like share a joint with Snoop Dogg. Like
fall asleep.
I don't even want that. Like he can be smoking, that's fine. I just want to be in their presence.
Think about Snoop Dogg doesn't want to smoke with Willie Nelson. Because Willie's stuff is really real good.
See, again, you don't want to meet your heroes.
Right. Yeah.
Paul?
Alive or dead?
Preferably alive. If the goal is to be friends with him and take him out to dinner. Otherwise, sure, George Carlin, right?
That's a very good question.
That's who mine would be if he was still alive, but Conan's my second goat, so I'd go with Conan. Take your time.
Yeah, we can come back.
The obvious one is Dave Matthews. I would like to meet him. I don't think he'd be mean, but I've heard he's very weird. But yeah, I would like to meet Dave Matthews.
Do you want to meet him now?
No, I don't want you to make fun of him. You have cocaine? Make it 100. Yeah, but that'd be Dave Matthews probably. Or you know who else I would really like to meet, who I think would be great in that same vein as Martin Short? Eugene Levy. Levy is a 10 out of 10.
Yep.
He's funny.
He seems like a really nice guy.
He would be great to meet.
Think about that.
I love Eugene Levy.
SCTV back then. So Eugene Levy, Martin Short, John Candy, the guy who said you won't make this putt, you jackass.
I mean, if you want like it's a very sweet moment, and it is sad, obviously. But if you find you have 5 minutes, watch Catherine O'Hara eulogizing John Candy.
Oh, I couldn't.
It's outstanding.
Well, and that's the other bit with Conan, too, right? He worshipped John Candy as well. And then they did that fake bit at Harvard where they gave John Candy some award just so he would show up. And Conan drove him around for the day as like a college kid and said John Candy was the nicest guy of all time.
That's basically what Catherine O'Hara says. Oh, everybody loved him. He was nice to everybody.
Yep.
He was like the greatest tipper of all time. And he just loved to be around people.
Like Dark Star.
Yeah, he was basically Dark Star. Yeah.
So, Sauce, not to remind you and just to rub it in your face, but because you're soon to be a father, I just want to like keep this in your back of your mind. You know, when I met Dave Matthews, and took the picture with him, the reason I was out and about is because my wife, when we were on vacation, baby needed new diapers.
Weren't you both doing the same thing?
He was just out shopping with his kids. He was just like, souvenir shopping with his kids. But I reluctantly was like, okay, I'll go get diapers for the baby. And then I run into Dave Matthews.
Baby.
So
brilliant, Cor.
So keep that in mind. If Kel ever just asks you, just go get something for the baby, even though you don't want it, good things can happen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Where were you?
In the Bahamas.
Oh. And
it's Lieber's spot.
Yeah, were you at Rosie's spot?
It was not at Rosie's. It's becoming Rosie's spot.
Yeah.
I think he's been to Turds and Tacos way more than I have.
But isn't that the place where like he stays at somebody's super famous home or something?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure
Pablo Escobar.
I'm not sure whose home he stays at, but he stays in the section of the island that is reserved only for private guests.
Was he nice?
He was very nice. The fact that his wife did not go into the building with him. She sat outside on the park bench. I asked her. She walked into the building, asked him to come out and take a picture with me. He comes out and takes a picture with me. It wasn't like, oh no, he can maybe do that when he's done. No, he came out like within a minute.
How did you know it was his wife?
Because I saw them go. They passed me on the golf carts.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
As I was pulling up, they were pulling up the opposite direction and stopped, and then they all got out as a family and walked in to this little gift shop. And she stayed outside. He walked in with the kids, and I was like, I just have to do this. So
you have to.
I just asked. And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll go get him. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't mean you have to go get him like right now. I'm like, I'll just be that creepy guy that just waits outside.
Yeah. Did you have to ask, like, I don't know, I mean, is this weird or would he be upset if I asked?
I for sure did that. I was like, I'm so sorry.
But you have to. Because you also have to rub it in your wife's face that she could have done
Correct.
it. Yes.
That was
a spite picture.
The best story possible is if Dave Matthews is driving around on the old golf cart and you're driving around on the old golf cart and you guys don't know you're going to the same spot and one of you's not paying attention. You know what you guys did?
Crashed.
So here's the other funny thing is, so
it's like Sandler singing.
Yeah,
exactly the same thing.
The same thing. Yeah.
So just 2 years ago, we were on the same island. We're with other set of friends, and we're just driving around town. And again, we just pass golf carts just passing by each other, and the golf cart passes by, and I lean over to Abby, and I'm like, "Well, that was Dave's on the island." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "That was Dave Matthews that just passed us." She's like, "No, it wasn't." And so like she was with her other friend and they were all freaking out. We run our errands. We go back. All the girls jump in a cart and they just drive around trying to find him. And they're like, "You're lying. It wasn't him. We were all driving by at fast speeds. How did you know?" I'm like, "I just know it was him." And come to find out later that day, like we find out from friends of ours on the island, like, "Oh no, he's in town. He's in town. He's here." And I'm like,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Sauce, let's say you're on that island, Rosie's spot, Turds and Cockos or whatever it's called.
Cockos. Tommy and Zach are on the island. Somebody sent out the Forrest Gump running gift.
And little Berkeley Lambert needs new diapers.
Yeah.
And you're diaper shopping and in walks Dave. And he walks right up to you and you're standing right next to him. Maybe he's looking for diapers as well. And you look over and he looks at you. What would you say to Dave if you had one little window of opportunity? What would you say?
Oh, you're funny.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never. I don't know. I don't know what I would say.
Do you think you'd get tongue tied?
Yeah.
Well, again, my Dave Matthews is not Dave Grohl, but when I saw Dave Grohl at the bookstore in Block E, and I was 3 feet away from him, and I was a giant Nirvana fan growing up, and Foo Fighters fan, but more so Nirvana. And there's Dave Grohl, and I was 4 or 5 at the time. I said nothing just because I wanted to leave him alone.
Well, I
didn't want to rube out on him.
This is another example, and this isn't just an good for me, but last night at Swartzen, Joe Mauer was in the same section we were in, and I didn't. He
didn't get a private table next to Rosie?
He was literally right next to Rosie, but he didn't have a reserved table. He just got there naturally and found a seat and sat down. But when I walked in, I'm like, I'm just not going to bother him. He's at this bit, and eventually he just turned around and said, hi. I said hi back and all that. But that was the same thing where I don't know. I just didn't want to be like, hey, I know you're here with your wife having a good time, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I just kind of left him alone. It's the same thing I don't think I would leave Dave Matthews alone, but I'd have to say something.
You would say something.
Yeah, and I would just...
Okay, but just like...
I would name drop exactly what I would do.
Yeah, but see, that's rough too, though. That's rough too. But risk versus reward, just like the guy that was ice fishing, right? If you say something to him and you stumble and you sound like an idiot, then you're going to regret ever saying anything, right? That's the risk, is like, oh man, I sounded like an idiot in front of my idol because I couldn't put a sentence together because I got starstruck.
Yeah.
Versus just, cool, there he is.
I may give him the Robert Redford nod. I'd be like, I would say something.
You could just simply do big fan, man.
Huge fan. Is it in yet? Whoa.
Or you know what you could do? If you're on the island, here's the answer. If you're on the island, that means you're wearing shorts, right?
Yeah.
You just point to your tattoo and go, Dave.
Then he throws
marching.
Up
but still, you just go,
legs.
This is a... Yeah. That's your icebreakers. Go, dude, huge fan. I have a bunch of ants marching as a tattoo because of you guys.
Yeah. It'd be great.
If he shoos you away after you show him the tattoo, then he's a real jerk.
I'm 1 degree away from him and I've never met him.
Right.
Would you squat down in the aisle and just drop trowel and be like, hey, look, this is an homage to your tour bus. I'm just going to poop in public.
Well played.
Think of that.
Then he'd be like, Dwight Hockey must be here somewhere.
You are one step away from Dave Matthews because of your friendship with Nick Swartzen.
Yep.
And what did Swartzen do? He got us to meet 311.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And what did we do? And I get you were there. I could have rubed out. I was like, hey, great show, man.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And Nick's like one of my idols as well. I didn't want to rube out. It was 311 day. I didn't want to do the whole here's my resume. Here's the 65 shows that I've seen in this. And then it was like, hey, great show, man.
He's called Dave when I've been sitting at the same table with him. And
that's got to trip you out.
I've been like, he'll do this bit like, and I'm like, nah. Because well,
that's always an awkward
hello?
one. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
What are we going to say now?
Of that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm with you, dude. That would be even worse than meeting somebody in person. Hi.
Huge fan.
Yes. So I'm getting dinner with Nick. Oh, man, that would be awkward as hell.
Have fun with it. Be like, oh, hi, Dave. It's Paul. I'm a big fan.
Well, that does sound like you're having a lot of fun with it.
A lot of fun. That was like a roller coaster ride right there.
Have fun with it.
Oh, sure. I'm sure Dave would be thrilled with that kind of back and forth. That would be great.
What are you doing? Hey, I like your song about the ants and the stuff.
Yeah, see, that's the downside. All right.
We got to do Fan 5.
Yeah, just do it. We'll get through it quick.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around.
Yeah, thanks, All Around.
Decking, roofing, and siding.
Oh, right on. Longer open now. They are experts on a whole bunch of stuff. Right on. All right, whatever. That works. Hey, so Ricky Henderson.
Oh, man.
You guys are both in our generation as well. Ricky Henderson died at the age of 65 on Friday. Man, the stats are just crazy. Again, all-time leader in stolen bases, unintentional walks, leadoff home runs, career runs, Hall of Famer in 2009, single-season steals record with 130 in 1982. Played 25 seasons, 1979 through 2003. Died at the age of 65.
Yeah, playing hot box in the front yard with neighbors and stuff like that. It would always be like, I get to be Ricky Henderson. I get to be Ricky Henderson, stealing bases. And the best leadoff batter ever.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother Aaron was a gigantic fan. And, I mean, he influenced not only my brother, who ended up playing college baseball, but, I mean, millions of kids of just like one. I mean, he had swag. He had everything that you're looking for. Like he was like somebody that you wanted to watch on TV. Yeah. Like you wanted to see him perform, which is kind of a hard thing when you talk about baseball, right? But
absolutely,
especially back in the day, it just wasn't as it was still just very, I don't know, just refined or something. Like he's like one of the few guys. I mean that Ozzie Smith was another guy that always had his backflip and all this other. Like he played with flair, but he was also you knew that you were watching an icon.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do about it. He was going to steal the base.
Oh, yeah, he was going to steal
I wonder how many, and there can't be a lot of, like, catchers that were able to throw him out at two-bag. And then he'd do that catch out in the outfield when he was playing out in the outfield. He'd do that swipe thing. Yeah. Oh, man, baseball coaches loved when you did that.
The best is when he'd hit a home run and he'd take 2 steps and he'd stop and he'd just pull his jersey like that. Jersey. That's just so sweet.
Ben, how many players did you ever play with, high school, college, or the pros, that talked about themselves in the third person? Did you ever have a teammate that called them?
Junior Seau did.
Junior called himself Junior? He said it like that?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Junior likes this. Junior wants to go out.
Yeah, it was.
No kidding.
He didn't say it. He didn't talk like privately like that. But when he was out doing speeches and he was sort of representing his brand and his foundation, it would come out.
He'd say Junior has been doing this since.
Really?
Because Ricky Henderson, of course, famously talked in the third person a lot. Really, really liked to say Ricky.
Yeah, he loved himself some Ricky.
That's okay.
Yeah. Do we know cause of death?
So they're saying pneumonia. The family did not announce a cause of death, but TMZ and other people are saying complications due to pneumonia. 65.
Geez, 65. Wow.
So he died on Friday. I think it came out on Saturday, though, is when they actually announced the death. But, man, 94.8% on the first ballot.
Who didn't vote for him?
Lavelle was one of the people who did not vote for him.
Laval.
What a great bit.
Can you imagine not voting for Ricky Henderson?
Yeah, Laval didn't.
But I'm saying, like, what
That's
possible logic?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I thought that was just a bit we say all the time.
No.
Just
Lavelle
because it was the first
votes.
ballot?
He didn't vote. He doesn't like voting for people on the first ballot. He did not vote for Ricky Henderson.
If you had a vote, would you have voted first ballot Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth didn't exist.
He's fictional.
He's a mythical character.
Yep. Headlines next. Power Trip Morning Show fan.
Head over to NFLshop.com for the largest collection of officially licensed gear from all your favorite brands. NFL Shop is your ultimate gifting destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Take your game day style to the next level with the best selection of NFL gear anywhere. Show off your team pride this holiday season with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
Join Cory Cove tonight at Cowboy Jack's in Bloomington from 7 to 9 for Coors Light Hockey Night. Watch Minnesota play Chicago and play trivia for your chance to win a pair of sweet tickets to the hockey game on January 9th. Get the full details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Yeah, do that. That'll be fun. All right. One segment to go. It's weird that we get Ben the whole time, but Ben, no Twin Cities Live today, so you can stick around until 9.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it's weird to be here at this time, you guys.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The maximum amount of must, then, 7 and 9. And he even got here before you, which is even weirder.
I know.
It's my last day of the year, so yeah.
You're really trying to milk this thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just get all the time in.
I just want.
You didn't get enough airtime yesterday with all your hits.
Yeah. It's just.
Why aren't you joining next Monday?
Huh?
Not interested?
Well, I don't. Probably not.
What if they win and they're 14-2? I won't be here.
Well, yeah, that's right. You're having a baby.
Baby.
I'm not.
Now it's time for Headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. That's one of those things you should do in 2025 is get some solar panels put on. Go solar with Wolf River Electric. I did it in 2024. Right, saving some money in the winter, gonna crush it in the summer.
Hell yeah, man. Good
crush
for you.
that summer electric bill.
Good for you, Steve Lumber.
Thanks, man.
Poor Bill.
Oh. Thanks, man. Speaking of bills, this would pay for all of your bills. The Mega Millions missed again, so estimated $944 million tomorrow. $944. That's almost $1 billion. Michael J. Mussman III.
I don't want
Can't win unless you don't play.
I don't want it to change me.
Again, buy some tickets, and you and I can both win. I would like you to change, at least slightly, and I would like a lot of money. So you keep as much as you want, 10 million, 15, whatever you feel comfortable with, so you don't change, and give me the rest.
That'd be very kind.
Then both of us win. You have some money. I have more than generational wealth. They would be happy. A lot of these people would be happy because they'd never see me again. That would be good for everybody. Just give me the money. I'll go away.
You'd walk right away?
Oh, my gosh. Are you nuts?
Oh, I'd stay on the air.
I'd never get up at 4 o'clock in the morning of the rest of my life.
Swedberg would have to just kick me off the air going, okay, we get it. You're filthy rich. You're now pissing everybody off.
That would be fun to be unbearable for a little bit.
You do that for like a week, and you're like, I'm out of here.
But you could do that. You could be unbearable in anonymity, right? Like, because John Bonus converted me years ago, because I used to be the same way. To be like, it'd be awesome, and you have the press conference and say I won.
Oh, yeah.
But the safety concerns,
no
Bonus
chance.
is right. It's way better to be anonymous. But think if you were secretly $400 or $500 million richer, but then still on the air for a while and could just do anything you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? Fire me?
Exactly. I dare you, Greg, to fire me.
Yeah. What's that fine again from the FCC?
Right.
I got it.
Put me down for 2.
Yeah.
Utah.
So the other day when it was, the drawing was what, Friday or something like that?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Say Friday morning, I said something to Abby in front of the kids. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to go buy some of these lottery tickets. I go see what the lottery's in. She's like, no, I didn't see that. And so I said what the number was at, and she's like, yeah, go buy some or whatever. And we were just kind of talking about it real quickly. And I go, I mean, even if we win, I mean, nothing's going to change. And Whit goes, are you nuts? I go, what are you talking? Like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you mean? And
then offended.
Then I was being sarcastic with him. He's like, you're telling us like our lives aren't going to change if we won almost $1 billion? I go,
he's right.
I go, no, bud. Like we're going to do the same thing. The only thing that we might do is we might fly private. He's like, that's so stupid.
He's right.
Calm down.
I love how he
13-year-old. Like,
brilliant.
Kids playing poker. He understands
be
life.
A part of that.
He gets it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what my kids would be like.
Right.
Oh, what do you mean we're going to share? No, I won it. You didn't.
You've seen Star Wars, right, Ben? Right?
For sure.
You could only have one Padawan learner. I would like to absolutely adopt him. Can I have, I almost said Wells. Can I have Wit?
You can have Wells, too. He's a package deal.
Well, I'll take them both. If I can get Wit, I'll take both. I think I need to groom him. That was a poor choice of words.
Wow, you really got to think before you speak.
Well, he said to Ben, I want to groom your son.
Did you win the lottery? Legally, I don't think I can do that now. Before you said that.
Child endangerment?
Yeah, I was
Corey,
like, yeah.
You didn't win the lottery. Yeah. Your mic is on.
Cash those tickets. I did meet Jared Fogle once.
Or
and he
did you?
seemed like a nice guy.
Stop it.
My
I should call him. I wonder what happened to that guy.
No, you shouldn't.
No, he's in prison.
He died.
What?
Calm down, Diddy.
Brilliant.
Nice try.
Anyway, no, he's right. Even you would change. You would change. The whole family would change.
1,000%.
1,000%.
If you could change, if your family can change, then we all can change.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Rob.
Balboa.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if you can play that.
Do you know how hard it would be? If you let's just make the math easy, and it was $1 billion. Forget taxes for a second. If it's $1 billion. You know how hard it would be to convince your 3 kids to stay in school?
That's a very good point.
It'd be very difficult.
Why
Very
would
difficult.
you make them? Screw it. Let's go.
What?
Give them $1 million a year. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, but then they grow up to be terrible people, right?
Like terrible kids.
You gotta, you still teach them structure and
Whatever.
No, Corey's
No,
right.
you keep them in school for crying out loud.
There's too much money.
I mean,
You don't even have the $1 billion.
Do Bill Gates' kids go to school?
no.
Do Elon Musk's kids
he
go to
said
school?
no, probably.
They
that's
They
a part of
can't
the
even take attendance with Elon Musk kids.
Your kid's not even born yet, and he's already sitting on that sweet KFAN money.
XAE.
I'll be fired soon.
That's a great point, though. I never really thought about that. Yeah, you would do everything that you could to be, I think, especially if you're anonymous, like I think we'd all be like, no, we're anonymous. We're not announcing anything. You'd want to be as normal as possible with some perks.
Why isn't this a movie?
You'd be as normal as possible for as long as you could until you were just like, screw it, I'm gone.
Well, how could you hold that secret away from your kids? Like my youngest is 10. Now, if my youngest was 16, it'd be a little different, right? I think okay, you've got a great foundation of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get through the next couple of years of school. We still want you to go to college, all this other stuff, right? Be your own person. But as a 10-year-old,
Yeah, but your kid doesn't know what you're worth now.
When Dad comes home in a new Bugatti.
But
$1 billion is a way different lifestyle than
But also,
what we're all currently
I would
living
argue,
right now.
forget about the kid having an inflated ego. What about the opposite? What if the kid does stay humble? If the other kids know that, Wells' dad has $600 million, I think you catch hell. I really do. I think that puts the kid in a really weird spot.
Yeah.
Kid in public school that has a parent or two that has $500 million, I think that's a really weird spot.
You'd have to go to a wealthy public
You'd also,
or
though,
private school.
at that point, though, if it was public that you won the lottery and the take home, let's just say for argument purposes, is $500 million, don't you think you'd have to send your kid to school with a bodyguard? Because there are people
like Charles Lindbergh.
I mean,
why? What happened to that kid?
Oh boy.
But you know what I mean?
You don't want to sit down for this.
Isn't there a movie called Ransom with Mel Gibson? Give me back my son.
I was just about to watch that.
But what happens? Okay, so now is that the case already? I mean, because there are a fair amount of billionaires out there, and
well, I bet I would bet.
I
Some
would
of
say
them
there's
go
an
with security.
unfair.
That's why most of them probably go to private school.
Yeah, with security, I would bet though.
Yeah.
Moss, if you look at the income disparity in this country, I would say there's an unfair amount of billionaires.
I see what you did there.
America.
Hey, Paul, by the way, look, can we rewind 36 seconds?
I wasn't
You just said Mel Gibson's Ransom, and you go, give me back my son.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, can you at least sell it? Can you do it like he does it in the movie? You're about to have a son this week. Pretend you're Mel Gibson. Somebody took your son, Paul. You don't just go, hey, give me back my son.
Doesn't he? Give me back my son! Isn't that how he yells?
It was closer.
Yeah, it's close,
Zach,
yeah.
you try.
Give me back my son.
Oh no,
that was sing-songing.
That was a little bit of Liam Neeson and a little bit of Party Zone.
Yeah, will you do the
Mixed?
Party Zone bit?
Give me back my son.
That was pretty much what you just did.
No, it would be like, hey, give me back my son, you terrible person. You.
Here, now let me try it to Ben, okay? Give me your son!
Whoa.
Wait, no.
The one I want to groom.
Whoa.
Not in that way. You know, grooming is not just that context.
Here's the deal.
Yeah,
I want to groom. Here's the deal.
The other way.
You are onto something. I could pay you to groom him to be
we're both going to jail now.
No.
Oh, boy.
Now we're both incriminated.
No.
Oh,
Hear me out.
Okay,
you gotta finish the sentence.
Go on.
Gee, the trafficking
I
is
could pay
terrific.
you to groom him to be a poker star.
Corey's not good at it.
Oh, boy.
Well, you can't play
but
it, coach it.
Look, there are a lot of head coaches out there, and doesn't matter what sport, that never played the sport at a high level. So
That is the saying. Can't play it, coach it.
How about the coaching tree, right? Blake taught me, kind of. I teach wit, and then we go from there. So he's one step away from the best player in the state.
Yeah, but Blake's good.
Yeah.
Not a good coach.
Why would you, if you have all that money, why would you pay Cory?
You don't pay Cory anything.
Well, in this scenario, I haven't won the lottery.
I'm cheaper than the good coaches.
This is non-lottery.
If you paid like Ian Matakis or Blake Bond to actually coach wit, it would be expensive. You just got to bribe
charge?
You got to bribe me with a caniac, and I'll come over and
just
teach
take
him how to
Blake
play.
golfing, and he'll talk about all the gambling you want.
There you go. That's true. Yeah, poker coaching's not cheap. I can be bribed with chicken.
Oh, yeah.
That all it is?
I've got some thighs for you.
Yeah, do you want to go today?
No.
Why not?
I'm busy today.
It's Christmas.
How many caniacs do you owe me?
Probably 5.
I think it's like 5 or 6, yeah.
I'll buy you one today if you go
Come on. This is your last chance before he becomes a father.
Why is that my chicken deadline, waiting for him to be a dad? I got to get these caniacs in, otherwise Sauce is going to be a dad on Friday. Yeah, you still have to pay your debt, your chicken debts.
No, I do. I always pay him.
No, but this you have to get it in now because he's already like got it in his head that he gets to use the kid excuse to get out of social situations.
Oh, yeah.
How good is that?
That's a good one, man.
The best.
It's the reason to have kids.
Yeah. Oh, they're not feeling very
reason.
good. Oh, boy, we'd love to, but...
Speaking of paying your debts, it's over for Party City. Party City going out of business, and as Sauce said off the air about an hour ago, guess who loves Party City?
Hawk. He loves it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't. Where are we going to get last second balloons now as a society?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if I ever bought anything but balloons at Party City.
Correct.
You get everything else at Target, you get the balloons at Party City.
No,
And the
I
helium
guess
at Party City.
we got like New Year's Eve stuff there. You know, you get
the
little
fun glasses.
Yeah, the glasses and the little.
I assume Amazon is the reason Party City is doomed.
But you
right?
can't get helium on Amazon.
Whoa,
Make it 100?
Party City are you going to?
If you can get heroin at Party City, the line's going to be around the corner.
Yeah, you get some of that
Maybe
fentanyl.
that should be part of the business plan.
Yeah, they'd make more money.
Zach, why don't you go to Party City and get heroin? I'll start grooming wit. We'll have a giant party
Your
over at
mic's
Lieber's
on.
party. What?
Zach, don't name the podcast Grooming Wit, please.
Yeah, please don't.
Won't.
And what were you trying to say? That heroin comes out?
Helium.
Oh, helium.
Helium out.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, the helium, wasn't that supply like almost like out because of Party City? And then now, I don't know.
By the way, just for the record, according to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of grooming.
Oh, you're going down such a rabbit hole.
That's the most uncomfortable
The
hour.
second-
One day Ben doesn't leave at 8:40.
Definition 2 is the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity, like poker. That's definition 2.
Yes.
Number 3 is the one you guys are referring to. So I'm using
We are referring to it.
the action of attempting to form a relationship with a child or young. Blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Your Honor.
I'm on definition 2. You guys can read definition
I don't
3
know if that'll hold up in
all
court.
you
Yeah.
want.
Everybody say hi to the jury.
Yeah.
It's going to be played back.
Hi, jury.
Definition 1 for grooming is the practice of brushing or cleaning the coat of a horse, dog, or small animal.
I don't know.
What if that was your defense? You're like, listen, I'm going in under definition 1. I mean,
I'm just going to give the kid a haircut and teach him how to
He's
play
got a
poker.
lot of hair.
I'm in the top 2 definitions. Haircut,
Why is Ben
poker
defending
playing.
this?
Because he knows which definition I was using. Otherwise, he'd be throwing fists.
Why am I thinking this whole time? How many times do you have to hit that dump button to go all the way back and have that not happen?
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, none of it matters.
It's Christmas week. No one's listening.
Yeah, no one's here.
Also, it looks like no one went and saw Mufasa either. Sonic did pretty well in the box office.
Mufasa bombed?
Yeah, pretty much. Worldwide, I think it made 100 plus, but
that makes me sad.
that's not great.
You still got the holiday.
Anybody see Sonic 3?
No.
No, I heard it was great.
Yeah, everybody says
the first one's good, right?
First one's very good. It's clever. It's funny. It's got some it's got jokes that slightly go over kids' heads, but are still pretty clever for adults. I didn't see the second one, but I heard the second one was not very good. But I guess they got it back on track for the third one. And freaking Keanu's in it, right? Keanu Reeves is one of the goats. Yeah, he's like the main bad guy. He's Shadow.
Shadow, yeah.
And they've already announced that there's going to be a fourth.
Yeah, there should. They're
good for them.
I would love to see them. I love that video game. Sonic was a fun video game.
Yeah.
Never played it.
As an adult, it's frustrating, though. It's a lot harder than you remember.
Is it really?
Yep.
It is?
Way harder.
It's 87% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 98 audience score.
Hey, speaking of stuff to watch, Ben, have you gone back to The Office since you tried, and you don't think you're ever going to now either after those 3 years? What'd you watch, about 3-ish or so?
I watched like 3 or 4 episodes.
Season 2 even.
Yeah.
Man, 2 and 3 are the best too.
The thing is, like, don't get me wrong, it's good, it's funny, but I feel like at this point I get all the cultural references. You know what I'm saying? Like I've hit the Cliff Notes highlights through social media and getting caught up and just like all the little quips and phrases. Like, I get it. It's from The Office, and I have seen enough on social media. Like, okay, that's the 15-second clip that everybody's talking about. I get it. I don't need to waste my time with another 80 hours of watching.
Did you feel like it was like too much hype behind it? No. Are you one of those that are just like, I'm probably not going to like this because everybody else does?
No, it's not that. I just, I think because I've seen so much of it in retrospect that
you feel caught up.
When you're watching it for the first time, it's like, oh, the way it's shot, it's unique, it's this, it's that. I actually was like, okay, I find none of that fascinating because I know how it's shot. And I thought the jokes and I thought where they're going was kind of obvious. So it didn't like the surprise laughter and like, oh, kind of cringiness didn't like strike me as much because I think because it has been so popular and has been talked about, and I've seen all the highlights. That like it wasn't shocking to me in a way that made it fun if you're watching it in real time. And so I don't think I'm going to waste my time.
It was enjoyable when it was a weekly thing. Because then you're going into the office and you're talking with everybody else that's watching it, and you're talking, what's going to happen with Pam?
Yeah, it's the best. Yes, I understand. Awesome. I understand. I missed a giant moment in time. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you're okay with it.
Yeah.
It's like sauce with Game of Thrones. You just got to move on then. You just missed it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, there's going to be other things.
What'd you watch on the flight then to and from Seattle?
Honestly, it was
anything good?
I watched all football. That's all I did. So the back of our seat backs had the live TV bit.
So what'd you think? What'd you think of pro football or college football?
Well, yeah, on Saturday, it was a mixture of college and pro.
What did you find yourself watching more of, though? Or what were you more intrigued by?
The funny thing is I watched a fair amount of the USD Montana State game because just of my vested interest in USD being my hometown. So I watched that game and this super dynamic, electric, freaking fast as hell quarterback that Montana State has. So I watched that game. I don't know. It was just like flipping back and forth. I didn't watch any movies until last night. I watched. It was a British movie, and I forget what. It was called Wasp.
Was the band?
Not the band.
That band.
There was no cameo. It's kind of good. It took a twist and a turn that I was not expecting, and ended up being better than I thought.
Kind of like this Viking season.
Well said.
Twists and turns and better than we thought.
Exactly.
Hey, I know we have 2 minutes left, but on ESPN.com right now, they have the breakdown of like the six best teams left in the NFL, the top 3 in the NFC and the top 3 in the AFC. And they give you everybody's Achilles heel of why they won't win it.
This. Yeah.
What do you think the Vikings is?
Jesus.
Secondary.
Yesterday, I would say if it was all based off yesterday, it's tackling.
It's not a position.
No kidding.
It's taking sacks that Sam Darnold takes probably too many sacks, and that's their Achilles
heel. He's third
heel.
most in the NFL.
Yeah. That might knock them out.
It's a strength, but
whoa.
Yeah, I don't.
And I want to quickly get your thoughts on this, Ben. He says the Achilles heel of the Detroit Lions is relying on the blitz.
That's interesting. I feel like you could say the same thing about us. We give up a lot of yards because we rely on the blitz. A lot of passing yards.
Got to get there.
And the Chiefs' Achilles heel is the deep passing attack, that they don't have one.
Oh, that they lack one?
They lack one.
Yeah, they do. They will go on 10, 15-play drives.
Yep.
No problem.
And Kelsey is starting to look his age.
Yeah, he 100% is.
Sauce, what do you believe the Achilles heel of Achilles was?
Wasn't his mom dipping him in gold or something? Wasn't that it? She grabbed him by the Achilles and dipped him as gold as a baby? I don't know. Achilles' mom, Woodhawk.
I have no idea. I mean, probably. Sight unseen, most likely. So we're going to see you Thursday, Sauce, but then you're off on Friday.
Yes, sir.
One more show.
I'll be here.
Unless something crazy happens before
unless something
that.
happens before.
Unless he shows up, today or tomorrow.
Maybe he'll be a Christmas miracle.
That would, either way, he's going to be a miracle.
Ben, we'll see you Thursday, right?
I'll see you guys Thursday.
Michael J. Mussman, maybe Monday?
Yeah, we'll see.
I like it. Keep it open-ended.
You know, why not? Keep us guessing.
How about you Thursday, Ben? Did Cory just ask you that?
Yeah, he just asked me that.
Oh, sorry. I was busy thinking about myself.
And whether or not Hawk would hook up with Achilles' mom.
Yeah.
Achilles.
Corey, what time should I drop off Whit? After your nap?
I'm going to nap. I'll probably start watching poker about 1:30.
Okay.
I'm going to drop him off about 1:30. Just tell him to bring a notepad and a good
some
attitude.
Zima?
Oh, my God.
Okay. Why don't you two have a seat?
Man, this got awkward.
Yeah,
we can say bye now and Merry Christmas to everybody.
It's been awkward.
Everybody have a great holiday season. From the Power Trip Morning Show, 9 to noon is next.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music.
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
Hey, Meta, call Eva.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, hey, Meta, to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Take a deep dive into the stories making the news headlines across the world.
The news agents.
We're not just here to tell you what's happening, but why. From me, Emily Maitlis.
And me, John Sopel.
With Global's award-winning podcast, The News Agents, dropping daily, covering everything you need to know about politics and current affairs.
And the News Agents USA.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in.
Listen to The News Agents on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Deciding on what to listen to is hard. Using Zumo to stream music from iHeart 90s Radio is easy. Or play iHeart Country or Hip Hop Beats. Your choice, all for free. Stream easy with Zumo Play. Get live and on-demand entertainment with no logins, no signups, no accounts, no hassle. This December, get cozy on the couch with Charlie's Angels starring Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, and Looper starring Bruce Willis and Emily Blunt. All streaming free on Zumo Play. Go to play.zumo.com now. Life is hard. Zumo is easy.